Hey,
Hey man,
hey,
how
Vincent,
you
how are
doing?
you? Doing great, doing great. I see a few messages on the YouTube
Yes.
channel saying that they can't hear sound. So
Oh,
just checking on that.
okay.
I
Let
could hear
me
you
check.
loud and clear, but just
Okay,
double checking.
that's sad. Okay, let me check that now. Property. I know where is it. That's. Hmm. Where am I going to have that?
They can hear us now. The intro was
Oh,
full mute, but now we're good. So
okay. I haven't touched anything. That's weird.
you might have to redo your intro.
Yeah, no, fair enough. That's fine, man. Like, technical stuff. That's fine. Yeah, I will check that later. Anyway, yeah, man. Thank you so much for joining. Like this first collaboration, man. It's gonna be the first stream. I hope it's not gonna be the last because I have to redo the intro, so we can do that next time.
Yeah, no, all good, all good. No, it's great to be here. It's actually wild from my perspective because we're doing this through Helio Play, and
Yeah.
when we set out to build Helio Play, we had this vision of course, helping creators monetize their content in a new
Hmm.
way, and also enable new business models with Watch to Earn, which is what you're all about.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize from day one that it would work with YouTube live streams. So we designed it so that folks can upload their own video and also YouTube video playback. But
Hmm.
then, kind of our lead full stack developer that's been working on this product, his name is Michael. He's based up in Edinburgh. He
Hmm.
last week he's like, hey, it also works with YouTube live streams and Twitch live streams. So it's pretty
Nice.
awesome that you can like gate basically access to any live stream on the major platforms with a little bit of a Web3 micropayment.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, really
That's
awesome to
fantastic.
see this actually working.
Yeah, no, honestly, like it's really fantastic, and like to give you like the full story, like I was like I had like a GB like from like the Decod3rs that in a couple of weeks ago, and like yeah, I was like looking for like like sponsor people like to yeah like help us building the business on the channel, and he told me about you guys, and obviously I know you already, right? And I was like watching his stream too, so I knew that you help like sponsor the channel. And like bro, when I saw like the tweet with like proof of watch, etc., man, I knew that we're going to work together.
Yes. It's funny. It's serendipity, right? It's you're
Yeah,
working on
exactly.
something, and then you're looking around, and then you see
Yeah.
validation everywhere. People have the same ideas.
Yeah.
So I was very happy to get connected with you. And
Mm.
was that JB from D God's Cast you were talking to, or?
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, like we are like in the community, like bros together, But
Yes.
since yeah, like we are always in contact and touch, and like yeah, just DM him on Telegram because like this industry is so cool. You just need to ask, and then like people will to help you to grow and stuff, and like that's how you build like a business connection, right? So that's cool.
Yeah, agree with that. My background
Yeah,
is mostly working in Web 2, right?
yeah.
Where B2B SaaS I was previously involved in, mostly in the cybersecurity industry.
Hmm.
And culturally, it's so different, Web3, because in Web2, everybody is very polished all the time. You kind of work off this script, right? You would go to a conference, and then people are lining up one by
Yeah,
one to do a pitch in a certain way. And in Web3, it's just a lot more personal in the sense that you would just, talk to people as normal human
hmm,
beings, right? Rather than using a lot of, kind of business speak all the time. And it's just about sharing ideas and helping
yeah,
each other. Also, one thing that I really love about the Web3 culture is just the use of emojis, right? In Web2, no one will give you a heart or like a hug or, so
yeah.
that's a lot of good fun. So there's a lot of love, I think, being
I,
shared. So that's cool.
man, like 100%, like my emoji ratio in message, like in a Web3 discussion, it's crazy, man. Like I have to have an emoji every sentences, man. And you can do that in Web2. And
Yes.
yeah, and like yeah, first question: do you think it's good or like to have that like proximity with like partners and stuff? like for example, like first message I can send you will like I can call you bros and like Dejan and stuff like that, right? Do you think this proximity is good for like developing business long term, or like yeah? What do you think?
I think so. You know, it's good to be personable with people. I think it's a strength usually when people have the ability to, you know, on first sight to connect and get someone to like you and, you know, like others quickly. I think then you get off to the right foot in a business relationship. Of course, in Web3, there's also, it suffers sometimes from frauds and rug pulls and things like that we're all familiar with, especially in the NFT space. So sometimes it's also okay to be a little bit on your guard, right? Because sometimes when you're active in Discord, you often have people kind of selling you stuff or sending you links or trying to defraud you. So it's kind of a little bit both sides of the coin, I think. But I think generally just being personable is a really nice element to this space, in my opinion.
I know 100%. Yeah, like it's a new like culture, a new way to do business and like like create relationship. But like it's so much easier to work like to avoid like all of the also like corporate nonsense and bullshit with like hierarchy and stuff like that. You don't have that in Web3. That's what I like too. It's cool.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And like a quick question for everyone in the chat right now, like how did you find like the way, like the user experience to jump on the stream, like connect your wallet, pay the small fees, and like just tell us if you can see a way for like Decod3rs and Helio Play like to work together over the long term. I want to know exactly what you think about that kind of product and like if that click, if you have a haha moment for that, because also like you will pitch it after like Stijn, but like and give it like more details about the product. But like the important part also is like to have, you can attach like your SPL tokens and also NFT gated like stream and videos, right? So this is fucking massive. I love it so much, man. It's so cool.
Yeah. And I'm just looking at the messages, so it's good to see that the UX was smooth. I think, you know, we were riffing on this idea of proof of watch, right? So Vincent, your idea is all about, you know, you watch your content and you participate in the upside. You earn as you watch, and you know, how do you measure that somebody's actually watched, right? Because you know, anyone can just go on YouTube and people are anonymous. And I think what we're trying to do here with Helio Play for this particular use case is that you put a Web3 identity next to who's actually watching your content. So people that have unlocked this stream with their crypto wallets, now you know, as Decod3rs Labs, you've got a record of their wallets and you can reward people, right? So ultimately, you might have your own token. You could airdrop the token for, let's say, 1 token for every minute that somebody watches. You know, you might reward people at the end of watching the stream with an NFT. And I think that's really cool. A cool innovation is you allow people to participate and to earn as part of the creator content. And they don't have to say who they are, right? Because the crypto wallet is your digital identity. It's your, you know, public key on the Solana blockchain in this case. But you don't have to say that you are Sarah Jones from, you know, from Milwaukee. And
that's cool.
You know, you don't have to sign up with a username and password. You don't have to give away your personal information. So we believe a lot in this notion where people can navigate the internet and unlock digital content with a single tap of their crypto wallet and either earn by participating or maybe pay small micro amounts to access the content without a shitty sign-up process, right? No username, no password, no sign-up, and also by maintaining their privacy without having to say who they are. So I think that's really the promise of Web3 as it relates to kind of content paywalling, if you will.
Yeah, it's massive, and like I already saw, like we can go into details like later on too, but like you also have like subscription model when you pay every month a recurring payment on like other product that you have launched too, right? Like yeah, Helio Pay, I know that's what you want to do, but like you can be like the Stripe of Web3 100%. It's gonna be
That's
amazing.
it. Well, I mean, when people ask you what do you do, I often say we're the Stripe for the Web3 economy.
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like, you know, these guys have done such a phenomenal job, right? Stripe. So it's also a bit arrogant to compare yourself to that. I don't think we're quite there yet, but that's certainly what we're aiming for. And
Yeah, that's good.
why was Stripe so successful? They just made it really easy for people to integrate credit card payments in your online store, in your own app. Maybe even with if you're not a developer, just use one of the Stripe checkout links. So it made it possible for anyone in the world, including creators that aren't technical enough. I know that you're a developer by training, but the vast majority of creators do not have those skills to kind of integrate complicated payment systems.
Mhm.
So making it easy for anyone to start accepting payments, that was, I think, the success behind Stripe. And we very much have that same philosophy. You know, you can, if you have a crypto wallet, you can get started with Helio and start accepting payments in Solana,
massive.
Ethereum, Polygon, USDC, etc. So
USDC.
yes, it's back one-on-one, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like to what we don't know anymore, but fair enough.
Yeah.
And like Ramo has like a good comment like in the live section, like protection would be good, like something against sharing the YouTube URL per se, right? Like itself, which is like yeah, it's kind of a big, like as soon as you have access to the URL, like you can do everything that you want, right? But like I think as if we do that with like a private group, like members don't have like anything to gain to share the link by itself, right? So it could be like kind of protection. But yeah, do you have like any solution to that?
I think that's a great initial observation. So if it's a playback video, right? So if if let's say this wasn't live, right? So the vast majority of content on YouTube, I think, is playback, right? Rather than live.
Yeah.
So that's already supported with Helio Play. So when you connect your wallet to Helio, you spin up a payment, you can actually upload the video file, and then it's hosted in the Helio secure data store. And then it cannot be shared anywhere, because every time you unlock it, our system generates a unique URL for each wallet, and it cannot be shared anywhere. So that works for playback, not yet for live streaming. So I think the idea here would be then for us to integrate directly into the kind of streaming software. And remind me, Vincent, you know this a lot better than me. Like, what's the main streaming application again? You might actually be using it right now.
OBS, yeah. So I'm using it OBS right now, but you also have Streamlabs, but they all use like the exactly RMTCP protocol, which is like the video protocol that you can use. And if you do that, no matter like if you implement that RMTC network, then you are like compatible with all of the streaming software out there.
Really? Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
You don't need to target.
The other thing is, if the intention is for the audience to prove that they've watched in order to earn something, right? Whether it's a token share or an NFT, then maybe it's less of an issue that the YouTube URL is visible, because there's an incentive, right, for the person to come through Helio Play because you want to participate in that kind of earning.
It's massive. Potential. It's so cool. Yeah. And like, can you airdrop an NFT for everyone that can like watch 70% of my video?
Do you know what? We're actually working on something really, really, really awesome. And the people that have made it into this stream, like, I appreciate you guys so much that I'm going to let you in on the alpha. But we, at the moment you pay like a little bit of a micro amount, right? And the merchant, which in this case is you through the Helio dashboard, you have all the wallets, right, of the people that have watched your stream. So, now you have an option to reward your your viewers by maybe airdropping them something, and you would use your own tooling for that. But we're actually going to automate this so that you can say at the end of the stream, it actually either airdrops an NFT that you've put in escrow, or it mints it on demand, and then the user gets it at the end. So those are two things that we're now working on, and I'd love to kind of get feedback from folks on this program, what you think of that.
This is perfect.
So
man, this is cool.
Part of it is like, if you think about Foxy Swap, right? So if you want to do an over-the-counter deal with someone, then probably the only solution out there is Foxy Swap, or you just airdrop, right? You agree with someone with a trust level. But the problem with Foxy Swap is that it's still kind of like out of band, in the sense that two people agree something and then they do the deal, right? I think the cool thing with Helio Pay links is that you could, let's say you have an SMB. A lot of the deals or the trades in SMBs are done over the counter, right? A lot of them are done in the Discords themselves. I think they have an OTC desk in the SMB Discords. It's pretty awesome if you can make that process a lot simpler by just locking an NFT in a Helio Pay link, and then you can share it. You could even say on Twitter, "Hey guys, I'm like, I'm selling my Decods, and I see you've got a few behind you, Vincent. And I'm going to show you guys mine. Look, I've got here a hero wall as well, including a Decod. And let's say I wanted to sell my Decod. I need liquidity. Want to do, reach an audience that really appreciates it. I could lock it into a Helio Pay link, share it on Twitter, say, "Hey guys, I'm selling this Decod." And then you can do a very cool over-the-counter deal. So that's one use case. But then the other use case is, again, around content creators, right? At the end of watching a video, you get rewarded. Or it could even act as a discount voucher, right? If you're a loyal customer, you watch my content, I'm dropping you this NFT, and in the future, you can redeem it for a discount or something that might be valuable in the future. So I think there's a lot of cool ideas.
Oh, this is so cool. Like, again, in my exam, like for me, like I would do is like having the collection, and like for everyone who watched like 70% of every video live, or like even a restream, like a normal video, I can airdrop the thumbnail of that video, and having a leaderboard like somewhere on my own app, and like then I can rank my viewers, and like like airdrop whitelist token to the top 100 person that are on my leaderboard on the Decod3rs app, right? And for each stream, I have like this thumbnail NFT, and like people, for example, Ramo in the chat is like he's watching every content that I produce. He has like all of the thumbnail off stream, meaning like he watch everything, and the supply of each stream is based on the view of that stream, right? So like the early streams can be like really, really rare, and that reward like every like a core community people, right? And if someone has collected like all of the stream live, that means they watch everything since the beginning, and then like he has money in this end, because then I can have a secondary collection with all of the thumbnail of my channel. It's massive. It's so cool. You saved me years of development, bro.
No, it would be cool, but you've got the techie skills, so we'd love to hear from you. What you need, what you want, what you expect from us. So of course, we want to give folks. At the core, a big proposition is that we save people time, because it's just so easy to integrate. You don't need to build your own wallet connect, not your own smart contract.
Yeah, exactly.
And in return, we of course get a lot of valuable feedback from techies, what they need, how they want us to build it. Yeah. So definitely keen to go on that journey with you to see how we can, help you.
This is massive. Okay, so what would be like the business model? Like for example, we could use either Sol or even like the Decod3rs like views token on Helio Play. We get it like every every stream behind that, everyone get like the thumbnail as a reward, and then we provide even more utility for those thumbnail uploads like along the way, right? And that rewards people who watch the whole. And basically, like I would upload like the stream NFT, which is again, I in my head it will be the thumbnail, right? Because that makes sense.
Yes.
But it could be something else like with better art, whatever. And again, like if you watch like this stream live, and at the end of the stream, you airdrop that to everyone that have like that was there at the end.
So basically, what you would do, the way I imagine it, the way you describe it here, Vincent, is when you go into our dashboard, you set up our stream, right? We add one more advanced option to say, mint NFT on demand. You upload your thumbnail right to the image, and we have like a little candy machine essentially running in your backend. And then maybe you could have some settings, right? Everybody that watches a minimum of X time, or maybe anyone that unlocks, they will receive the NFT at the end of the stream. And that's pretty cool, right? Because then you have a record, you've got you want to, of course, make them tradable as well. So probably in our advanced settings, you need to say a few things like, royalties. Is there a freeze authority? The wallet that connects to Helio, I would imagine, is the update authority automatically. But a few basic settings, and you get the NFT minted at the end of the stream. So I think
this is so cool. This is so nice. And that's why like the whole thesis about like Web3 creators economy, it makes so much sense. It's so cool because like this model already exists in Web2, right? Like you can see all of the YouTubers, like financial YouTubers, guys having like private group and stuff, right? And you can have your private group gated by an NFT. It's just like more fun, and like again, you're in it like the same way, the same thing that I said in my introduction, that no one heard of it because it was muted, but like it's like aligning like the financial incentive between all those, so people who watch it and like the content creators, right? So if we have this Helio Play like platform, etc., then tech work is done, and it works. It works pretty cool. Like it's massive.
So that's this little subscribe button, right, on YouTube. Sometimes, so creators can also ask people to pay for the subscription. Is that right?
So like on YouTube, you have like the super fan, I think, or something like that. I think it's called super fan.
Okay.
Exactly. Even like in the top, like the chat, you can pay to have your message like highlighted. But like there is like kind of like Web2 subscription part of it, and but like it's we can add a Web3 layers to that 100%.
Yeah, that might be a cool way to think about it as well. So have like a little, Helio subscription button as well for like additional perks. And that's what we call pay streams, right? Like recurring payments on chain. So all these ideas are possible.
No, it's so cool, and I like the fact that we are basically like brainstorming live with like people who are watching it live. It's cool. And chat, if you have like any ideas about like how to make Helio Play even better, any use case, please let us know, because like we can discuss that for sure. But I had like a couple of questions again about like you, like okay, so we jump straight into it, like the product. Oh, I lost you. That's sad. Let me. Oh, I think. Oh, okay. I lost you completely, Stijn. That's so sad. I don't see you in the stream. Okay, chat. How are you doing? Let me check Discord. Okay. Wait. Tag. Let me put you back live. Okay, so you should
Sorry, Vincent. Was that me like hitting the exit button or something?
I think so, yes.
I was trying to respond to a message here and then I messed it up. My apologies.
That's okay. That's okay. I just have an issue. It's not coming out of my headset anymore. Okay. Can you, is that good?
People having a good time. They're like, he's gone.
Yeah. Okay. Is that working? Chat, can you confirm that everything worked correctly? I think it's lagging a bit. Is that?
Looks okay from my point of view.
Okay, nice. Yes, okay, cool. Okay, so where were we?
You said you had a couple of questions.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's really bullish even on Helio, but like you had a business before, right? So yeah, tell me a bit more about your story, man.
Just before, for sure. And it's not just my story. It's me and my co-founder Jim, and a really cool team that has kind of come on the journey with us. So, but you're right. We are experienced entrepreneurs. Some people say, hey, you guys are slightly like older guys coming into the Web3 space. And then I say, well, Web3 doesn't just have to be, you know, people fresh out of college, you know, yeah, chasing kind of the crypto millionaire dream. There's a lot of like smart, experienced people that I've met so far. But Jim and I worked together in 2 previous companies. So we've worked together for almost 20 years. And after university, you know, I joined a company as a young guy. It was called ScanSafe, and it was kind of a first generation SaaS security company. And we sold that business to Cisco. You might be familiar with Cisco. Nice. Cisco is a very large kind of security networking company based in Silicon Valley. And Jim was a technical co-founder there. And we then, with that same team, we started another company called Wandera. And this is all done out of London in the UK. So I'm originally from Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Yeah. But I've more or less lived in London, the UK, for the last sort of 15 years. And yeah, with that same team, we started Wandera, which was again a cloud security company, and that was a 10-year journey building it from 0 to 250 employees. And we sold that business in the summer of 2021. Really good timing because the valuations were perfect at their peak almost then. And then that was an amazing outcome. So we, it really set us up financially, of course, that is one thing. But the other thing is that it kind of allowed us to really chase something completely new. And Jim and I, literally, we were walking around Regent's Park here in London over a period of 6 months. We'd go on these long walks. And we'd say, we're bored of cybersecurity, doing the same thing for 20 years. Let's find something new. Let's learn something new. Let's get excited about a new idea. And we thought about it long and hard, right? In these walks, we literally, it sounds cliche, but we talked about everything from like, drone deliveries or pizza drone deliveries to AI to, again, more cloud related things. And we just got really excited about this prospect of building on the blockchain and solving engineering problems there. As techies, we kind of love the elegance of a decentralized database. And when you start thinking about, okay, how can you innovate in blockchain? We realized very, very quickly payments is potentially the killer app in blockchain. Because, of course, with a blockchain, you can pay people instantly anywhere in the world. That means that you can do it at much lower fees and, cut out a lot of middlemen that are kind of taking a lot of fees. So that's a really exciting kind of prospect. But then you ask yourself, okay, but what problems are we solving right now? Right? Because if you think about Stripe, we talked about it. Stripe works pretty well, right? So,
yeah.
you know, what actual problem are you solving? So we started going to all sorts of events, and we ended up at a Solana hacker house in Prague, kind of early last year. And that's when it clicked for the first time, because we were speaking to a lot of projects that were building on blockchain, whether they're infrastructure projects or gaming apps or NFT projects. When we asked them, hey, who do you use for payments? Everybody was like, well, we just build it ourselves, right? We build our own wallet connect. We build our own smart contracts. We build our own custom front-end user interface. And then we just confirm it directly on the blockchain ourselves. And then we were like, that is not scalable, because if you build a Web2 application, you just use Stripe or PayPal for payments.
Yeah.
So we felt like for Web3 native payments, there is not kind of a great single provider that makes it easy for projects to start accepting payments. And that's when we realized, hey, there's a really, really big opportunity here to make blockchain native payments easy for anyone. So any project can integrate Helio and then accept, you know, ETH or Solana or Matic or USDC or USDT or any kind of SPL or ERC20 token as a method of payment. And crucially, these people are then going to reach an audience of crypto fluent people who love kind of paying with a single tap of their MetaMask or Phantom wallet versus logging in with usernames and passwords and credit card details. So, you know, that's where it kind of started, or that's where we came from, and that's where we started. And then we've been really lucky, Jim and I, that we've just managed to assemble an amazing team. We're about 15 people now. A lot of us have fintech or blockchain experience. And, you know, the chemistry in the team is just really good. And that's so difficult to replicate. Like in my entire career, I've never seen a team gel so well and build really, really fast. So the product velocity is incredible. And what we've built in sort of 12 months with the limited resources we have is just really, really awesome. So yeah, that's the, you know, it's been a mighty team effort, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, like being like a bit older founders at its peak too, right?
Exactly. You know, the gray hair or the lack of hair, you know, commands a bit of respect.
Lack of hair? I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Same with you, right? I mean, you've had a successful Web2 journey, right? I know you were involved in a pretty cool startup in Canada.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I didn't do like the kind of exit that you did, but yeah, like an exit is an exit, right? So it's cool.
Exactly.
100%. But like also it shows that like big brains and money from Web2 are coming into Web3, and that's not just to pretend to build something new, right? It's really like to build like the next unicorn, even like Stripe like, right? And like I think there's massively like it's a good idea like to take what's working in like Web2 and implementing it to Web3, because like in 90% of like the verticals that we are already using Web2 and are proven that to be right and working, don't exist in Web3, right? Again, like a YouTube channel about like Web3 content creation with like a Web3 layers, like you don't see that every Monday, right? And like having a payment processor, Stripe like, it's not here. So what we like both building at those different scale, because I basically started like 2 months ago, but like, and you have like 1 year of experience now, and like way bigger, like PMF, etc. But like, it makes sense. And it makes like the journey a bit like easier, kind of, because you're not trying to validate like the idea and the concept of everything, because you know it works. So it's a big win, man.
For sure. A lot of these ideas are going to come, and they're probably not even here, right? So if you think about what are the most successful companies in Web2, you know, a lot of it is social media, right? I think that the kind of YouTube or TikTok or Instagram of Web3 is probably not even founded yet. We're still in very early innings. And if I think about payments, as a market, so in 2021, there was, I think, 900 billion digital payments made. And that's growing at almost 20% year on year, because guess what? Cash is disappearing, right? In many places around the world. And so that's a giant market. And the average payment is maybe like $20 or so. So, it's such a huge, huge market, payments, when you think about it. And even if in 10 years from now, only 5% of all digital payments are executed on a blockchain, even then you're looking at sort of 100 billion transactions at let's say $100 per transaction, because our average transaction value is $130 now. It's a lot higher than in the traditional world. So, if you think about that, that's what did I say? So I said 100 billion. So that's 10 trillion in value running through blockchain payments.
That's massive.
If you take only 0.5% of that, because our revenue model is pretty simple, we take on average like 50 basis points. That's a giant market already. That's $5 billion in revenue. So the opportunity is just unlimited, and it just depends on, do you believe that a certain percentage of digital payments are going to be happening on the blockchain? And I'm absolutely convinced that they will, even if we do not get this mass adoption of people using a Phantom or MetaMask wallet. What you're going to be seeing is that blockchain payments will be under the hood, right? So you log in with the username and password, you pay with a kind of more of a standard Web2 UX, but the payment underneath might be executed on the Solana blockchain. And because it's cheap, it's instant settlement, it's fast. So why not, right? So, and we are thinking about this, quite a lot in our kind of product strategy and roadmap planning. Is, we are now within the top 10 popular applications on Solana, and we have about 8,000 unique active wallets a month transacting on Helio. So it's very, very small, right? And we're a top 10 app. So, how do we get more people transacting, even if they don't have a Phantom wallet yet? So what we're going to be doing is, you can log in into Helio with your email address, and the Helio dashboard itself is a crypto wallet, right? So, that's, I think, going to be really, really important, is to kind of hide that it's blockchain under the hood, and still make it really, really usable for kind of normies, if you will, who aren't so familiar yet with the Phantom wallet, etc.
Like, is that your door to go to markets to be attached to any merchant on Amazon?
Like, give an example.
Like, basically, I'm selling on Amazon like my stuff. Like, I have a page. I'm a reseller on Amazon, and I want to accept like a crypto payment of my page. And with having this connection via email, then I can connect my Helio dashboard with like my Amazon Paygate, right? And you can imagine to have like a Amazon, like a Helio extension, not a wallet per se, but like people can understand extension of a wallet. And like when you have like your web application, embed inside the extension without any like connecting wallet and shit, and like it's basically connected to Amazon.
Exactly. That's where we're going to get massive scale, right? Is to do kind of partnerships with platforms in Web2 to say, and our vision is put the Helio button next to the Visa button or the Apple Pay button or the Stripe button, whatever it might be. And that's a really, really exciting prospect. And of course, what we're doing to make it more friendly to other users as well, or to kind of non-crypto users as well, is to do partnerships with on and off ramp providers. So if you think about this page that you guys all just logged into, right? So you connect your wallets, you approve the microtransaction, you're into the live stream. So that means that people that don't have a wallet can't access this. So we're going to have a little pay with credit card button. So, you know, the end user pays with the credit card, but you as the merchant, you still receive the equivalent in crypto.
Yeah.
And likewise, if you are a merchant and you want to receive crypto as a method of payment, but you don't have a wallet, you can receive that in Helio, and then you can off ramp to your bank account. So that's all going to be a lot more seamless over the next sort of 18 months
So cool.
as we integrate more of these things.
Yeah, no, 100%. And okay, so just before we take the question from Maguti in chat, like about like the Helions and the HelioX,
Yes.
just about that, like to stay on that topic, what would be like the incentive for my mother, who is like a super normie, to use Helio instead of like have credit card?
Yes.
On Amazon still.
Yes. And we have this thing internally, we always call it the granny test. Like a granny needs to be able to like figure it out. And right now we're not passing the granny test very often because
but do we need? I don't think so.
It is people that are, you got to be, the barrier today is you have to know how to use a crypto wallet. And
exactly.
you know, how many people know how to do that? Maybe 5-10 million people in the world are actively using their crypto wallets.
Yeah.
So it's very, very small. So again, it's got to be, you know, hiding it behind a Web2 user experience. That's what it's going to be coming down to, right? And the user, when we might not use terms like it's a crypto wallet or this is a seed phrase. This is just log in, Mr. Customer. Log in, you know, Vincent's mama with your normal email address, and okay, you want to pay. It's just going to tell you it's a credit card. She will use her carte bleue or whatever your mother uses for payments and we convert it to crypto, and then under the hood we pass it on. But the benefit is still there because the merchant gets the money instantly. The fees are lower.
Yeah.
It unlocks these new business models of watch to earn. It unlocks these new micropayments, content paywalling business models. So, you know, ultimately it's going to feel like a Web2 experience, but under the hood, a lot of these benefits that crypto offers will be there.
This is amazing. Like, yeah, basically, like for the merchant himself, like the fact that he's not using like MasterCard or Visa, it doesn't pay like the 3%, 5% fees of like the MasterCard, the network, if he use crypto, right?
Exactly. All you pay is
massive.
the gas fees, right? And sometimes you might pay a little bit more because you use like things like a swap. I don't know if people have noticed that, but with Helio, you can say, hey, I want to receive USDC. And then the user decides, I actually want to pay with Solana.
That's cool.
So all these things are possible.
I mean, like you are sitting on like a decacorn for sure, like 2025.
I think there's a long way to go, but
yeah. But that's that's basically like your next 10 years project for sure, man.
Exactly. We definitely going to be busy. We know what we have to do for sure.
No, it's fantastic. Okay, so yeah, for Maguti, can we talk about like Helions and HelioX?
Yes, for sure. So we think of HelioX as the subscription or the pro version of the Helio product, and that makes sense for people that do a decent amount of volume because our standard fee on payments is 1%. With HelioX, it's half of that, so 0.5%. And you know, we thought long and hard. Okay, how are we going to do a subscription model? And we came up with this idea of using the NFT as the subscription. It wasn't actually our idea because there've been really good examples of this before. Some of you might be familiar with Matrika Labs. Matrika Labs is this Discord bot, right? And they have a similar model. You can buy their NFT and then you get access to all of the tooling. So we thought, hey, this is of course very elegant method of subscription for the audience of Web3 people that were, you know, that are basically our customers. So yeah, we felt, hey, we want to have a pro version of the product with really low fees. And how are we going to give access to that? We're going to do that through an NFT. And that's where the idea of the Helions NFT was born. That was a project that we started last August, and we minted, I think, on September 21st. And we said, hey, we want to make it a lot more exciting for people to buy a Helions NFT, because it's a collection of 10,000, and we don't have 10,000 customers, right, that need the NFT to accept Helio payments at very low cost. We have about 800 customers, merchant customers, that actively. So we said we want to make it attractive for a larger group of people to buy the Helions NFT and kind of participate in the potential upside. So we said, okay, 10% of all of the fee revenue that we get, we will send to what we call a credit rewards wallet. And every quarter we pay out to holders of the NFT these credit rewards. So if you're actually a customer, you get sort of, you know, a share of all the fees that you've paid, you get back. If you are somebody that doesn't use Helio for payments, but you love supporting the kind of Web3 innovation, you can go and buy Helions NFT. And if you believe in the mission, then I think in the long run, you can participate in our success and, you know, benefit from that credit rewards. You know, in the short term, this is not life-changing money, because I think we paid out in the first quarter like $3 something per NFT. So, but of course, as we go to more chains and as we get more payment volume, this could be a very interesting, I think, opportunity. And then what we also try and do for Helions is create a bit of a community of builders and innovation. So people love coming into our Discord and seeing what projects are using Helio and just riffing on great ideas. So that's really the you know, the idea. But we are very much a utility project.
Yeah.
Right. And that's a very different proposition than, you know, of course, a hyped, you know, PFP project. So yeah, we think of ourselves as utility first, and we love the gamification of having the NFT act as the subscription. And to be fair, like all the folks that have held the Helions, they've been amazing ambassadors for us, right? It's just amazing to wake up in the morning, log into your Twitter, and just see a lot of the positivity coming from the community of holders. So I want to say thank you for everybody who's been supporting us.
Yeah, like if there is like any Helions holder in the chat, like make yourself noticed. And yeah, like we can take like a couple of comments or even like feedback about it.
And the other thing is, Vincent, right? So once we're done with this stream in the Helio dashboards, you see all of the wallets that have participated in the stream, and we're going to raffle Helions amongst them.
Sure.
So
yeah, like so. Yeah, see, you're all gonna benefit from it. So have a chance to win something cool. So that can I play? Can I give you my wallet? I got the FOMO. No, yeah, that's exactly, Margrethe. That's the feeling we want you to have. You know what? I can even like tease like the banners. I don't know if you're gonna see it, but like if I press a little button here, okay, so the stream. I don't know if like you're not going to see it, right? You don't see it. I will need to change that. But like on YouTube, you can see it. Like this is the banners that like Stijn and myself like I've built for like the sponsorship of the show, etc. So it's like gonna be like advertisement for like all of the stream that we're gonna do together, but also like all of the other ones. Like I can do another stream and like have like a short like Helio sponsorship segment, and that kind of banners will be displayed live on the stream to develop the community of Helio, other project too, because we're gonna like get like a lot more like sponsor. But that's the start, and that's the first time I basically display banners on the stream. And yeah, it's so cool, man.
I'm just trying to log in to the stream on my phone here so I can see it.
Nice. But like I can see like someone from your team is like here in the chat, and looks like they love it. So working pretty well, man.
Very cool.
I think I sent you the link on Discord, but like you can see on the replay anyway. That I will send you the link. I will show you the time code and stuff. It's gonna be cool. But that's just the beginning of a long-term partnership between like our two projects, and hopefully we will develop that ecosystem of like Web3 content creators.
100%.
The moon, bro.
100%. So how did you come up with this idea for Watch to Earn?
Okay, so after I saw like my company and stuff, so I've done like 6 months of like migration and like keep working on that stuff, and like I knew that I was done after like the first days of working there. Like I wanted to go full-time Web3 because nothing is as exciting as like Web3 when you try it. So, but I wanted to do something like kind of innovative and like also out of my comfort zone. So I think like having like again social currency will be massive to like during the next bull run. So I wanted to like mix both when I can bring some innovation, like technical innovation with like because again I can build apps the apps that I want, so I can basically fix everything and like bring a product to offer a solution, build a SaaS, etc. I can do that 100%, and also like getting out of my comfort zone, like for the intellectual challenge and like content creation. It's something like don't really match my personality because I like to be like in my office, like working on my stuff and like coding my shit, and that's it. So like putting myself out there, it's kind of like a challenge again. So it's cool. I mean, like that's why like the shades and stuff like that. Like it's a uniform for content creation. Like so I can not switch personality because like I'm not that crazy. But like just to.
That's very very cool. Like
exactly.
You just said, hey, I want to get out of my comfort zone. I'm sitting there with my headphones just in my own world coding, and now you force yourself to kind of get out there and it doesn't get more out there than being a creator on YouTube, right?
Exactly.
When you think about it.
So, and honestly,
I really respect that. That's really cool.
Thank you so much, man. Like the fact that I'm fascinated by like founders, like business founders, startup founders, and their journey, and like talking to you like what we are doing right now. We could have done that via like a Discord call, right? So if we can just share like the brainstorming that we have done at the beginning of the stream and do that publicly, then it's also beneficial for more people. And it's like basically sharing like the mindset or how to build a business to understand even like the NFT ecosystem and even like invest smarter in NFTs. And I think it's valuable for everyone. So that's why I wanted to do that. Just like, again, like intellectual challenge, getting out of the comfort zone, building something that can be valuable, like monetary, have a monetary value in the next bull market. Because again, like as an influencer / content creators, you have access to project like in pre-sale, private sale, etc. So even for me personally, this is so much like really valuable in a financial like term. And if I can, just like share my point of view of like how I see Web3, etc., and that can help people to build their own investment thesis in that industry. So win.
Yeah, you mentioned like the next bull run. When do you think that is?
Post BTC halving. So May 2024, 6 months. 2025.
Is that when it's halving? Like
it's May 2024.
The hash rate is what is halving, right?
Yeah, exactly. And if you watch the data, like 6 months after the halving, like we can see like the bull run / top of the market. So that's my expectation. If things happen the same way they did like before.
I was speaking to quite like a well-respected sort of hedge fund guy that's focused on a lot on crypto, and they have all these models, right? But everybody has their own theories and their models, and they're quite quantitatively like approaching this area. And he was saying, you know, maybe like after this summer we can already start seeing a good run up. It's a great time to accumulate. Of course, none of this is investment advice, but it feels to me like the worst is definitely over. I remember the Christmas holidays, right, when Solana was kind of sub $10. I think that was definitely the low point. That's what it feels like. Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, like we had a bank that went out of business like this week, and then USDC depeg, right? So you're never like completely out of the black swan event stuff, right? So like,
yes,
I think like the US economy is still like really fragile in a way. So like, I don't know, but like, yeah, it just gives me more times to build the channel and like to develop more cool stuff with Helio Play, right? So I'm good with like a bear market of 2 years. It's cool. Yeah, three banks.
Good point. 3 banks.
Yeah.
But it's good for the kind of crypto narrative, like this philosophy of decentralized money. It's a good narrative.
Yeah, like 100%. It's like when you have a bank in the US that go out, it's good for Bitcoin. Like it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. But then they bail out and they're gonna print like 25+ billion because they think like the inflation is over. Like what the fuck, man? Like
yeah, it's a tough job, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, and plus like the COVID, like all of the money they printed for COVID, that's gonna create crisis for the next 10 years too, right? So yeah,
it is. Like here in the UK, they had this thing called the furlough scheme, which basically meant that in a lot of countries we had similar programs, but it allowed employers to lay off people, right, without really laying them off, in the sense that the employer didn't pay for their salaries anymore. Instead, the government was paying for their salaries, and that alone cost 200 billion pounds. And that's a big problem now. You see that really working its way through the UK economy, and it's hindsight, right? Like people always, I think, act in the best kind of with integrity and the best intentions, but there was just too much money that was distributed in that period, and now we're kind of reaping the negative rewards of that.
100%. It's like we're still like in the I don't know, man. It's complicated time, right? And like COVID in terms it's a completely unknown situation, right? Like the whole world shut down for like 6 months, and we printed cash to like basically survive. And now we have like the first repercussion of that. But like how long it's gonna take to like be fully absorbed like in the economy? Like it's so like we can't see any like can you really have like a prediction of what's going to happen over the next 5 to 10 years because of COVID that happened in 2021? Like it's hard.
Exactly. You don't.
Yeah.
The way I approach it is just as long as you build something that has a lot of value, then regardless of economic circumstances, you're going to create a lot of value. That's what we're focused on.
And I can tell you that Helio and Helio Pay and you play every piece of product you're gonna build, that's so much valuable, man. 100%. And by the way, bro, like where can I get the merch?
This one, the Helio.
Yes.
This is
team only?
our Breakpoint team merch. So we got the whole team together in Lisbon, and we printed some merch, but we should really, we also have, for instance, a little plugin for, for WordPress, and one for Shopify as well. In fact, if there's any Utes holders here, there's a cool little Shopify store called Utes Coffee. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I've just pasted it here. So that's Utes branded coffee. It's only available for delivery in the United States, unfortunately. But if you go through the checkout, you add your coffee, and then you hit checkout, and then you can choose pay with fiat or pay with Solana. If you hit pay with Solana, that's powered by Helio. And
nice.
That's really what we love. So there's been so many creators, people that are not per se affiliated directly with the project, but people that are just keen to contribute and rock the brand. And I have to say, like, there's a lot of criticism at times on Decod3rs, but their community is definitely the most active in terms of creating things. You know, we had a guy that did D-Beans. That's almost a year ago now. Then he did D-Bricks. Check this out.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Like, it's amazing. Little,
we had somebody do this as well.
The cards, right?
This is
that's cool. Nice.
You know, just crafty stuff. I think we might have had close to 100 creators, merchants selling, you know, Decod related things. We had here in the UK. I think D-Brew, it was called. It was like this IPA that was pretty cool. So it's just, you know, it is quite incredible. And I think Dust Labs can capitalize on this, you know, because, you know, if there's so many people willing to contribute and kind of put their Decod, put their utes onto
on the walls.
onto a hoodie or whatever and sell it. So the dust economy is there, I think, you know. They
100%.
Capitalize on that, and we can power that with our payments very, very easily. So it's
100%. Really cool. But man, like, just to let you know, like, my size is M. So if you have like extra hoodies,
all right, good. I'll get your address and send you one in the post. No problem.
Thank you.
Or maybe I'll see you at one of the hacker houses. Do you?
Oh yeah.
You know, there's one in Vietnam. I'm not going because I'm, you know, here in London. But we have some of you might know Adam, who's our head of the community. He actually lives out in Thailand at the moment, so he's going to be representing Helio this week at the hacker house in Vietnam. So
awesome.
Should be fun.
Are you going to NFT NYC?
Yes, we plan to go. Are you going to be there?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Well, we'll see you there then.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, so I need an extra luggage for the match.
Yes.
But no, it's gonna be amazing. Oh yeah, that's cool. And like, are you going to be in like the hotel, like the experience one? Did you book the whole stuff or no?
No, we're not like crazy organized. We've got the tickets, and we initially thought, hey, maybe we should sponsor it, get a little booth. But you know, I wasn't like super impressed with that. I'm not sure how many people are going to be in the venue. Like, I think a lot of it happens around, and we don't want to be stuck on our own booth. We want to be out there connecting with people and networking and meeting, new customers and things like that. So, but yeah, really look forward to it.
Yeah. Okay. So I will slide into your DM at that time, and like, we're gonna be for real.
Of course.
The bruise on me. But yeah, man, like that's I think we're already over 1 hour, bro. Like it's flying.
Yeah, exactly. I said to you beforehand, hey, you know, if we run out of things to talk about as
right.
You know, we can also just talk about football or whatever. About life. But yeah, it's been really fun talking to you. Really appreciate the opportunity. And this worked out again, I think, with Helio Play. So hopefully, it's a good way of using it.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like people like join the chat, and that's the people who click on the video. But like maybe people like who didn't even click on the YouTube video, didn't join the chat. I will tell you, like, I will share with you like the KPIs of like this stream. But man, like, it's working. It's pretty good. It's great. It's fantastic. So happy, man. Like, I think like right now I will do like at least like one stream a week with like like as a VIP stream just for like Decod3rs guys, or even with my team, you know, like we can have like a secret meeting stuff behind the paywall, and that could be like really cool, like to continue to use like a Yellow Play.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And it's super easy to use.
100%.
you can set it up in a couple of clicks.
Yeah, I just need to make sure I click on Helio Play and put the correct URL in it.
I know. You had a lot of things to worry about, so I don't blame you.
That's fine. Yeah, then that's amazing that then the introduction is muted, but that's fine. Next time.
Yeah.
And like, okay, so we can like start to wrap up the show, and like I would just want like to have like your point of view about like content creation for a project like yours. Like, what's your go-to-market like with to work with like content creation? Like, do you what kind of content creators do you want to look for, like to do exactly what we are doing right now? Like, because for example, I know like Clouds, I did the introduction with Clouds. I hope like you're gonna both gonna work together. Maybe sure. I need to follow up on that, but like this guy is amazing. Like, yeah, what's gonna be your strategy to work with content creators from now on?
This is like a really, really great question. And I'll be really honest, I don't have all the answers. We don't have all the answers. We're very much in learning phase, I will honestly tell you. But I can tell you what the vision is. So we see ourselves as a payments layer, right? So when we launched Helio Play, we said we're going to do this because we want to show the world how you can monetize creator content in a completely different way through crypto, because it's just awesome that your crypto wallet is also your digital identity.
Yeah.
And that just makes everything a lot easier. It doesn't, people don't have to sign up for things anymore, right? So, but we also said at the same time, our end game here is not to be the YouTube of Web3, okay?
Yeah, no.
Our end game here is to get our payment layer in other creator platforms. So what are the huge creator platforms in the world, right? TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, OnlyFans. Those are the top tier ones. And is the Helio button going to be in one of those platforms in the next 24 months? Probably not, because these are long sales cycles. It takes forever. But guess what? There's thousands of creator platforms, kind of tier 2 creator platforms, right? Substack, Vimeo, SoundCloud, you name it, right? In every possible vertical. So what we really want to do is power, this kind of new way of content paywalling with our stuff. And what you're seeing now is on a Helio page, right? As people have kind of logged into this. But we also have an API, we have checkout components, we have webhooks. So we've got all the tools. If you are a platform that serves creators, you can already get started right now and put the Helio Pay button next to your, pay with a credit card or whatever. So that's really, really what we're going to be focused on, is to enable a lot of these creator platforms with this entirely new, innovative way of serving their creators. So that's the vision. But in the meantime, between reaching that vision and where we are right now, we need to do our bit with getting the flywheel going and working directly with creators. And we've actually just hired somebody in the US with a lot of experience in this area. Actually, a lot of experience in the gaming, kind of more of a gaming area. So think of him as like the number, in the top 100 experts on how to use Twitch, for instance.
Nice.
So he's really going to help us with a go-to-market plan to kind of, make the product so that creators can get started with it now. And I think we're kind of 80% of the way there, right? The fundamentals have been delivered. But a lot of this is with creating communities, right? And that's why I'm so keen for Solana NFT projects to use this, right? I, for instance, do a monthly update for the Helions community via Helio Play.
Yes.
But I would love for other projects to do this, right? Why doesn't Soulport Tom or Frank or, Foxy Dev or whoever it might be, when they have something meaningful to say to their community, like record a little video, right? And make it exclusive to your community. Let them unlock it with their NFT or with their Discord group. So I think I'm looking to the Solana community to help us drive this innovation, right? Before we start striking deals with, the bigger creator platforms. So that's kind of how we think about it.
Yeah, it could be tricky, like to have like just like for example, like Frank, right now, I like everyone else is doing like the orders only chat on the DDAO, right? And it says a vocal or like a semi-video stuff, where he's like the only one with a camera and stuff. So like people don't need like to see him. I don't know, but like on YouTube, you have like exactly like Decod3rs, right? Like it's a cross community, cross chain, cross project, right? It's a meta project almost. So like it makes sense for us to be on YouTube, because then you have like the Discord, but also even if with Matrika we can like allow people to jump on, like have access to Discord, etc. But like if it's semi-private, then it makes also sense for us to use that. For one collection, if it's pay gated, like maybe there is like more friction than just having like a Discord call, basically, or voice chat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But
exactly.
I don't know.
I think what we talked about earlier, right, where you mint an NFT at the end of watching the stream, these things are going to be very huge, right? So we've got ideas to kind of get the flywheel going. But we're ambitious, right? We want to get to millions of people using this product, not like just 5 or 10,000. So that's why we kind of have this longer term partnership strategy. And then in the interim, with NFT on demand, with maybe unlocking the airdrop by the end of the stream, all these things, all this functionality is going to come. And we build fast, right? So this is not going to come, in 2 months. This is going to be with us in the next sort of 2 to 4 weeks, some of these things. So nice. It's going to be fun.
That's exciting, man. That's fantastic.
Cool.
I'm so excited, man.
Same here, man. Thank you for being an early leader using this, right? Because we hadn't even thought about the right terms when we stumbled across your community. The watch to earn, it's just it rolls off the tongue nicely.
It took me like a couple of showers ideas like to get to that term, but you know it is, right? Exactly. Okay. So like last question before we wrap up that stream. Okay, so what what's the question that you wish people would ask you but they never do?
Wow, that's a good one. What's the question you wish people that they never do?
That's okay, man. We can keep it for the next live,
so we can have an episode. It's cool. No, but I'm just kind of reverse engineering this question by thinking, what are the things that people do ask that I hate when they ask it.
That's cool.
People are often focused on the near term things, right? Like, give me this feature, give me that feature, like and sometimes I wish people asked us a simple question: what's the end game here, right? What are you trying to achieve in the long run, rather than what are you trying to achieve in the short run? Because people overestimate what you can get done in the short run, but people underestimate what you can get done in the long run. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So of course it's nice to say, the stripe of Web3, but we're not there yet. And is that the end game? Of course we want to be like a very large, independent, successful company. But I think Helio will look different than Stripe, right? Because we're going to just enable so many more business models. I think it could be bigger than them. So if I had to summarize it, the line of questioning that I love people would take is kind of think long-term and dream big, right? We might be living in an economy in 10 to 20 years where, you can send money anywhere to anyone instantly in the world, right? So you can be a creator selling to somebody in Indonesia, and you have money instantly that you can spend. And that doesn't exist today because you need to sign up to a platform. You need to wait for your money to arrive. You have to comply with all sorts of, bureaucracy. So, this global economy where you can just sell anywhere to anyone and receive money instantly is really, really powerful. And it's going to enable a ton of new business models. So, long-term kind of horizon questioning is what I wish people did more.
I like it. And you answered that perfectly. So that's cool. That's perfect. And okay, last question. Who should be the next guest? And can you make the intro?
Who should be the next guest?
I can feel like you like my questions.
I think the founder of Sharkify is a really cool dude. Can make the intro. Also, wonderful. Somebody who we really respect, who's so knowledgeable about the space, is a chap called Crypto Ape. You should look him up. Do you know him?
Nice. I don't think so.
He's on Twitter quite a bit. So he has an advisory called Multi-Chain Advisors, but a lot of he worked very closely with Sharkify, for instance, and a ton of other projects. So he's helped us in the past with certain things as well. He's just an amazing sounding board for if you want to go to market with a new product in the space. He is one of the #1 people to just run your idea past. So I think you should have Crypto Ape. I'll make the intro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's fantastic, man.
Awesome.
I think, do you have anything last word, any announcement, any alpha before we're closing the show?
Nothing other than thank you so much, Vincent, man. You've been a pleasure to work with, and thank you for embracing Helio Play. I think it's been a fun experiment, and really loved it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And looks like the experience was a success. So that's a good start, I think.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone who joined the chat via Helio Play, because that's a product that works first try, smooth user experience, clean UI. That's everything that we love. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow Stijn on Twitter. You don't have a personal account?
No, my co-founder Cypher J is the more famous character on Twitter, and I'm busy manning the Helio Twitter handle. We don't have an intern quite yet, like Magic Eden.
That's okay. It's okay. So follow the Helio Twitter account, and I will also add the co-founder's Twitter account because we want followers, right? Thank you so much, Stijn, and I will see you soon enough, man.
Wonderful.
And thank you so much.
Have a great day. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.